If you're a woman over 35 who's been trying to lose weight and maybe you've lost it, but you keep gaining it back, today I'm going to teach you how to eat in a way that's going to help you lose the weight and keep it off. In fact, today's the day you make it a lifestyle. If you're new here, I'm Erica. I'm a registered nurse turned personal trainer and nutrition coach, and I help women over 35 lose weight, feel good and strong with workouts and nutrition tips right here on this channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like today's video. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. A lot of women don't eat throughout the day either because they're busy or because they're trying to lose weight. And unfortunately, that's probably what's keeping you overweight. See, the thing is, your body's always going to try to take care of itself, even if you're not, right? And so if you're not giving your body food, your body's like, there's no food around here. We're in starvation mode. We need to start slowing down, slow down the breaking down of food because we need to store this fat for later. If there's no food later, we need to have this fat so we can use it for energy, okay? And in severe cases, your body might even start to break down muscle for energy. Now, if you've been here before, you're sick of hearing me say this, but I'm going to say this again for the people in the back and for all my new ladies here. Your body after 35 is already starting to lose muscle and your metabolism is already starting to slow down. And so if you're not eating enough and your body is starting to slow down even further because of your lack of fuel and it's starting to break down muscle and store fat, this is why you're on this roller coaster. You're really making things worse. Okay? And so what we want to do is eat in a way that's going to speed up our metabolism, help us build muscle and lose fat. All right, so how are we going to do that? We're going to first realize that food is fuel. Food is your energy. All right, and so you need to be eating throughout the day in order to get that energy so you can get to the workout, so that you can show up for your family, but also so that your body has what it needs. I want you to think about your body as a car. Your car needs fuel, whether it's going to get it through energy or it's going to get it through gas. Your car needs fuel to be powered so that it can work properly, right? And so what happens if you don't give it the proper fuel or you don't charge it? Your car is going to start to slow down. You're going to notice that it's a little resistant. And eventually, if you don't fix it, you're going to end up stranded on the highway. And that is how your body is. Your body's fuel source is food. Food is how you get your energy. Food is how you get everything that you need so that you can carry out that long ass to-do list that I know you have. So today I want to change the way you think about food. I want to encourage you to start a food journal. It doesn't have to be a week. It could be 3 days. I recommend that you do it on a day that you're not working and a day that you are working. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, but what is your eating routine when everybody's at school, everybody's out the house? And what's your eating routine on days when maybe it's the weekend and you're with the kids and you're going to soccer and you're going to all your activities? So I want you to really consider both aspects of your life and create a food journal on those days. It could be 3 days. And what I want you to consider is the time of day that you're eating, what you're eating, how much you're eating, and how you're feeling after you eat it. So is it something that's causing you bloating, inflammation, gas? Because we also want to consider what are the foods that maybe your body is not responding well to and could be causing a lot of problems that you have. Now, a lot of people, when they complete the food journal, in fact, I recently got a food journal. I had to laugh because it was like a perfect food journal. And I was like, no, I want to know what you eat regularly. Not when you're trying to eat all the right things. I want to know how you eat on a regular basis. Like, what is your average way of eating? The point is not to create guilt around what you're eating. The point is to start making you realize what you're eating, why you're eating it, and hopefully you're starting to make better decisions. Like, how I think about food is like, all right, I'm going to work. I know that it's a long day of work. I know I'm going to be teaching all day. So what could I eat in the morning that's going to be able to sustain me a couple hours until I can eat my next meal, right? And then when I'm leaving work, I'm like, I want to work out after work. So what could I eat to give me the energy so that I can actually get to the workout? So hopefully you're starting to understand this. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. I know that it could be a little tricky, but I really want you to start thinking about how you're going to be using food as your ally. Now, in order to do that, you need to understand the different foods. So let's talk about our macronutrients. One of our macronutrients is protein, and you're hearing a lot about it now because there's so much research that's supporting how important protein is, especially for us women. Why? It's because protein is what helps to build up muscle, okay? It also helps you stay full longer. It's going to give you energy longer. It's going to carry out longer throughout the day versus like a sugar source. And it also helps to speed up your metabolism. How does it do that? It does that because protein is harder to break down. If you think about eating a piece of chicken versus a lettuce, it's going to take a lot more work for your body to break down protein. And as we said, when your body is expending energy, it's burning calories, right? And so you're literally burning more calories when you eat protein. Not to say that you can just eat all the protein in the world, because remember, depending on the protein, it's going to have other things in it like calories and fat. And so when we're thinking about protein, we want to have proteins that are low in sugar, that are not as high in fat. We want to have good lean protein. So chicken, beef, eggs, legumes. So I eat a lot of edamame now, a lot of lentils. Those have protein. I like those because they also have fiber in it. So it's like a good combination, and they're also low in calories. Now let's talk about fats. So fat used to get a bad rap, but we know that fat is really important. Number one, it helps you absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. Number two, it adds flavor to your food. And number three, it helps to lubricate your joints. And also for women, it's helpful for mental health and things like that. And so fats are very important. However, they're not all created equal, right? Like if I eat a potato chip, that's not going to be the same as eating an avocado. That's not to say that I can eat as many avocados as I want, because avocados are still very high in calories, as are nuts, as are salmon, anything that is high in fats. However, while I'm eating this, I'm getting a lot of good nutrients, versus if I'm eating potato chips, I'm only getting the fat and no nutrients with it, okay? And lastly, we have carbs, which carbs I feel like has become the new fat, right? Like fat used to be really bad back in the day. Now we're like okay with fat, but now we're like not okay with carbs. Carbs is like your number one fuel source, unless you're like intermittent fasting or unless you're on a ketogenic diet. Where we get most of our fuel from is carbs, which is why if you're not eating throughout the day, when you get home, like the thing that you're craving is something in the cabinet, something that's highly processed, that's easy to grab. Number one, because you don't have any energy to actually prepare food. But number two, because your body's like, I need some energy, I need some fuel. And so it's going to go for the quick fuel sources. It's going to want that because your body always knows what it needs, even if you don't, right? And so we have those highly processed carbs that are high in sugar. Why are they bad for us? They're bad for us because number one, a lot of them are very inflammatory. But number two, because when you have something that's going to spike your sugar, it's also going to spike your insulin. Insulin is what helps you to maintain your sugar levels balanced. And guess what? Insulin causes you to store fat. And so if your sugar is constantly high, your insulin is high, and now you're going to store more fat. Lastly, we have our fibrous carbs. So those are going to be your vegetables. You have carbs that are high in fiber. Those are going to be lower in sugar. They're going to be lower in calories. Can you eat as much as you want of them? In terms of calories, you can, but if you eat too much, you're going to be bloated, you're going to have gas, you're going to have pain. So everything is moderation, okay? If you want to learn more about like how you can balance your plate, I have a video linked down below. It's the balanced plate video where I show you how I balance a typical meal for me as a Boricua, Puerto Rican, New Yorker. That came out like real strong, right? Puerto Rican from New York. Rice and beans and plantains. Those are like our staples. And so I show you how I balance my plate so I can still eat my favorite foods while not compromising my goals. Okay, so that video will be linked down below. Now in this video, I didn't want to make it super long, so I'm not going to go into detail on like how you're going to use each macronutrient, but I am going to link down my blog where I talk more about how you use each macronutrient for your benefits, like really thinking about what this food is doing in your body. And also stay tuned because I'll be having more videos about that. All right, so what are we going to do when you finish watching this video? The number one thing I want you to do is start your food journal. I don't want you to change anything yet. I want you to just start to look at what are you eating already. And if you feel comfortable sharing that in the comments, go ahead and do that, okay? Chances are you're probably eating a lot of good things already. And we probably just need to balance out the way we're eating these things. All right, so I hope this video is making you feel a little bit more positive and happy about food. My goal is to help you to realize that food is your ally. You're gonna use food to help you reach your goals. And so if you could stop thinking about restricting foods from your diet and taking things out of your day or out of your plate and start thinking about what you're going to add in. What are the foods that you're gonna add onto your plate, that you're gonna add to your day, add to a recipe to start giving you the things that you need. When we start to change the way we think about food and think about, ooh, how can we eat something that's going to help us for our workout? How are we going to eat something that's going to help us take care of these kids or get to work? Versus, oh, I can't eat this because it's not good for me, or I can't eat this because I'm trying to lose weight. We really start to form a better relationship with our food and use it as an ally. I hope this video was helpful. If you like it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to be posting more videos all month long about how you're going to use food as your ally to help you not only lose the weight, but feel good about your body and feel strong. It's time to make it a lifestyle, ladies. Until next time, keep shining.